Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcats Sports Network. Time for our weekly visit with McKendree football coach Mike Babcock. Coached the Bearcats last Saturday, opened up Great Lakes Valley Conference play against the University of Indianapolis, then the number 14 ranked team in the nation, and they certainly proved worthy of that ranking, getting off to a victory, going to 1-0 in the league. Give me your general impressions of the Bearcats' effort last Saturday.
It was a tough game. Obviously, when you play a team like UND that's a nationally ranked team, you expect that it's going to be a good opponent, and that's what it was. We had to play, pretty much close to perfect, and it was just tough. I think it was a little bit eye-opening, especially for all of our young guys. We have a young football team. Some of the guys haven't had a lot of experience, and so it was good to see, what a playoff, like team is like, and hopefully learn from it and move on.
Looked like in the second half the Bearcats found their footing offensively, putting together a couple of sustained drives, 2 nice scoring drives in that second half, including one a 62-yard touchdown catch from Turner Pullen to Stephen Towns Jr.
It was nice to kind of, get a little bit of execution and obviously putting points on the board. That's what it's all about. Really like that we were able to come out, right before half and score a touchdown, to give us a little bit of momentum as we're kind of coming into the second half. And again, just kind of finding our rhythm. I know Turner was struggling a little bit with the deep ball, in our first game, but he's starting to, especially you see it in practice, starting to get, a little more comfortable with the receivers, get a little more comfortable in the pocket. Hopefully that'll continue on this season.
Defensively, the Bearcats, despite UND's effort, had some bright spots on defense. I know Jason Bennett, before he went out, had some big plays on defense. Rico Gibson, Kenneth Wilson, Brandon Purnell, they all played solidly up front as well.
Yeah, I thought that there were definitely some spurts where, our defense, did a really good job. They were able to execute at a high level and kind of keep them contained. The big thing is, can you continue that on throughout the whole game? Not just one play, but can you do it for a whole drive to get them off the field? So I know that was kind of our big push this week. I think we've had a good week of practice. So like I said, hopefully get over it and move on.
Step back out of conference this week. The homestand continues. Game 3 of 4 in a row at Lehman Field as Chowan University comes into town. This is a team, much like last year in the 55-45 game the Bearcats played in North Carolina last year, a team that can put up a lot of points on the board. Tell us what you know about the Hawks.
They're almost the same team as they were last year. Now, they are a young football team. They are trying to find, their position just like us, but they've got playmakers. You turn on the film and they're able to come down from a 27-0, halftime deficit a week ago and then bring it all the way to double overtime, against Shaw. And so they have big play-making ability. I think their defense does a very good job, especially in the second half, getting turnovers. I think last week they ended up with 4 interceptions. So again, they're a very good ball club. I think their coaches do a great job at halftime. There must be some great, surge, after half, because, they're averaging 25 points in the third quarter for their 3 games. So, this is a good football team that's got to make the trek out to us, and so we got to be ready on both sides of the ball for a battle.
The one common denominator for Chowan from last year is their quarterback Bryce Witt. He had a big day against the Bearcats last year, had a big second half against Shaw last week as well. What have the Bearcats worked on to try and contain him this week? Try
to contain him. He is a difference maker in my opinion. I think he has the opportunity, if he given enough time, whether it be, as an athlete, running around, whether it be throwing a ball, the playmakers, on the perimeter or over the top, he's able to do some really good things. I got a lot of respect for him. I think he does a fantastic job. I know they got a couple of injuries and stuff, working on, but again, just a talented offense that they have. But the big thing is, we cannot let them have the big plays. That's what hurt us last year. And I think that's how they are able to come back very, very quickly in a game, even if they're down, is the big play mentality. So again, big week for our defense, and and they're ready to go.
What were the points of emphasis in practice this week for McKendree?
Put the last one aside. We talk about 1-0, and especially in a game that is, against a conference opponent, a very good conference opponent. You feel like it's going to be your best game ever, and then unfortunately you lose the game. Well, it really doesn't matter coming into this game whether we won or lost the last game. It's a non-conference opponent, a team that we lost to last year, a very good team. We need to be able to come out and focus and really just execute and have fun.
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
The Bearcats and Hawks, McKendree, Chowan, Saturday, 1 o'clock at Lehman Field. If you can't make it out, go to the McKendree website at mckbearcats.com, go to the Bearcats schedule, and click on the GLVC SN link.